Can he make a margin of more than 5 seconds? That would be an unbelievably tall order. We have got 6,200 metres to go in what has been one of the all-time Bathurst 1000s.
But Reynolds is in now. Reynolds is in this battle.
Can David Reynolds pull off something truly extraordinary? People are going to have nervous breakdowns. They're going to burst into tears. Anything is possible here at the moment.
Oh, he's lost it. Oh, good save, but he's run wide. Now David Reynolds has got to get off this corner and get up to the back of Matt Payne. It escaped sideways under brakes for Golding. He's holding it on the inside. You don't want to be wide. And now David has a look down the inside. He's got around the outside. He'll be on the inside of Matt Payne. He'll be on the inside. He had a run and he missed it.
Yeah, we saw it, mate. We saw it.
Emotion in the garages. Everything to play for. We are completely out of breath up here. Golding's got the lead. He's got 3/4 of a second. That's David Reynolds. He's third at the moment, but on correction, that turns into second. They are feeling their way across the top of the map. You cannot see squat up there. You cannot see where you're going at the top of Mount Panorama. What a way to finish this motor race. What an extraordinary day.
Here we go, David Reynolds. He's got to get off the dipper. If he gets to the back of Matt Payne, he's a chance down Conrod Straight.
So the challenge here is that we're all programmed to look at the leader, but he's got a 5-second penalty. So the battle for the effective race lead is right there between Payne and Reynolds. They go down Conrod Straight for the last time. This is almost impossible to describe. What an extraordinary day that we are witnessing at Mount Panorama. If Payne and Tander get this, wow, they have earned it today. The margin remains. The gap is 0.8 of a second. Matt Payne in the braking area at the chase. Here is the focus. Car 100. The Penrite guys are going to go completely berserk if this actually happens. So Golding will cross the line first, but he's not going to win this motor race because of the penalty. And the victory for the 2025 Repco Bathurst 1000 belongs to Matt Payne and Garth Tander with David Reynolds and Reynolds for a second. What an unbelievable outcome. Wow.
Golding remains in third with the gap back to Murray, 5.6 seconds. So James Golding has been able to maintain the podium.
You're going to be exiting. I saw on the left after turn one. Exiting on the left after turn one.
Unbelievable races in the history of this sport.
Matt Payne, you are a legend. 23 years of age. Penrite Racing and Groves have won this thing. His 80th supercar race. Victory number 6 for him. Together with Garth Tander, who now has 6 Bathurst 1000 victories. They win today's Repco Bathurst 1000 in one of the blinders of all time. I am going to lay down.
Can you believe it?
My voice is smoked. Lee Holdsworth.
Remarkable.
He pulls another cup out of the journey up here. What a moment. I spoke to Garth pre-race. I said, is it going to be a decent race car? He said, hey, I think so, but they were not confident early in the weekend. There's Brenton Grove, son of Stephen. David Couchy, the men and women of that team, they are going to be beside themselves with that outcome. And in fact, you never give up. Ever, ever, ever give up in this business. Yeah. But I reckon even they would concede that victory today was a long shot, beyond a long shot, and they've achieved it.
For sure. You start 18th at the mountain and you work all day for it. And there were times in this race where they weren't fast enough. They led the last 5 laps of this race. The car was good enough in the wet. Matt Payne did a remarkable job in those conditions, and that was one of the best exhibitions of wet weather driving by those young men today that I've ever seen here.
Across the field.
Yeah.
But forget about the mistakes. If I could transpose our audience into the cockpit of these cars to try and describe what it's like to drive them when the grip disconnects to that level at a high-risk location like this, I mean, it would be informative. Trust me.
No visibility. No visibility.
No grip. Yeah. Oh, man. Stephen Grove, yes, sir. Big, big, big investor in that team, and he has done it. And it'll be sinking in for Matt Payne here. He will be feeling absolute elation after an extraordinary outcome. It is so good. Oh, dear. Soak it up, guys and girls.
What an unbelievable race, huh?
So Payne from Reynolds, from Golding. I tell you, David Reynolds, going to give him a big man hug when I see him as well, because that was impressive. Together with Lee Holdsworth, Charlie Schwerkolt deserves that one. He has endured some ordinary outcomes up here that have been so painful to swallow. And for Team 18 to get a solid result here as well is a big story.
And 7 different teams line up there in the top 7, which is remarkable for those teams to have performed like that on a day like this.
Aaron Noonan informs me that nobody's ever won the race from position number 18. So that's yet another one of those little factoids that gets dropped into the book. So on the data that we've got in front of us here, Payne's come up 16 spots on the grid, and there's going to be a lot of emotion, no doubt, in the garage down there at Premier Racing. They're on their way now to Pertec Victory Lane, and this is going to be a special one. Gee, thinking about the things that have gone on during the day, the highlights, the stories of extreme emotion, the thing getting into your grasp and then getting between your fingers for so many competitors, and then ultimately for these guys to come out from nowhere. Let's soak it up. Matt Payne, you are a legend, my man. Garth Tander continues to build an extraordinary story in his motor racing career.
Where's my teammate?
Where is your teammate? He's on his way down there. David Reynolds comes in. Congratulations. James Golding there as well. He has done a mighty job today, James Golding.
That is a really high quality drive from him today. Extraordinary.
Where is he?
Well, that was courage and commitment at a premium. Bathurst demands perfection, and Matt Payne, you have conquered the mountain. Congratulations, you're the winner of the Repco Bathurst 1000.
Oh, it's absolutely insane. That last, I was just on the wet when I got back in the car. It felt like forever. We kept getting safety cars, and it kept stalling our race. And then I saw Jimmy get into the side of Cooper, and I kind of predicted that was going to happen, and yeah, just managed to get through. And then I just sort of felt like I ran out of tyres a bit at the end, but win's a win. We'll take it. So it's just so good for the guys. You know, they've worked so hard, so it's just so cool.
How challenging were those conditions at the end? What was the visibility like over the mountain? There was that really hairy moment with you and Cooper coming down Conrod.
Yeah, I actually thought I was in there. I thought I was about to have an airplane crash. So, and I thought, this is the biggest race of the year. So I thought, screw it, I'm just going for it. And yeah, we managed to sort of recover a bit.
I'll let them have this moment. Garth Tander, a 6-time Bathurst 1000 champion. How does that sound?
Sounds a bit surreal, Jess, but no, this guy, seriously. Something about tall Kiwis at Bathurst. Thanks, Dave. So, man, think about the pressure, those last, whatever it was, 40, 50 laps. And you just knew there was going to be plenty happen. Kept the way he kept his calm, and even managed that last lap when Golding was mucking around with his 5-second penalty. I mean, that was a seriously impressive drive, so I'm really happy to be part of it.
We expect great driving from Kiwis in these kinds of conditions. Is this the most treacherous racetrack and conditions that you've ever had to contest?
Yeah, it was really dicey there towards sort of the midway part of that whole stint. The track there's a lot of aquaplaning going on, but we managed the wet tyre actually did really well, and it sort of held on. It wasn't too sketchy, even though it was pretty dangerous. But yeah, we just sort of kept our cool, and then the race had 3 other stories play out at the end. So we were just there in the end.
Plenty to debrief after that one, but right now it's time to celebrate Matthew Payne. You are the 67th driver in history to become a Bathurst 1000 champion. And for Garth Tander, a 6-time champion of the mountain.
Can you even believe that what you just saw? 6 hours and 52 minutes of just warfare on the mountain, to the point where the clouds had descended over the top. And it just went on and on to the checkered flag. Countless leaders, countless lead changes. Even on the last lap, there was 3 drivers that could have won it. It looked for all money that Payne was gone when he ran off at the chase. And how about Garth Tander? Just incredible, a 6th to add to his amazing career, 3 of which have come since he retired officially from the sport as a full-time driver. What a day this is for the Grove family, for Stephen and Brenton in there right now celebrating. They took a chance on a young guy named Matt Payne at a very young age, and they funded his career through the juniors, through the Porsches, through the Dunlop Series, and he has paid dividends in the biggest way possible. Not only do they win the great race, they'll take the Enduro Cup with it. Reynolds and Holdsworth threw everything at them and everything at the mountain. Spare a thought for James Golding, oh so close, but up on the podium. David Russell, he just collects podiums for fun at this place. Another one to add to the collection. And Cooper Murray misses out by just 0.6 of a second from standing up on that podium. Remarkable the whole way through. Some serious tales of woe further back in the field as well. So much championship ramifications playing out in front of us. And how does this all wash out at the moment? Well, that is as it stands at the moment. Brock Feeney, we know that, but look down the bottom here. Those that had the question marks, Di Pasquale, they got that car back out. Randall locks himself in. Ryan Wood somehow holds on, and at the moment, it's double the fun for Penrite Racing because Kai Allen, as it stands, has snuck in on that 10th position right now. Cameron Hill and Andre Heimgartner, the 2 to just miss out the Ryco Enduro Cup points. Payne and Tander get the job done, so that is a bonus 25 points to take through to the Gold Coast and the first stop of our Repco final series to the Thrifty Teams Championship. It's still a very handsome lead to the Rimple Lample Racing team. Monster Castrol Racing still sitting there in 3rd. Team 18 have scored some big points. They'll jump above Shell V-Power Racing. A really tough weekend for the Shell V-Power Racing team after so much promise. Well, the BP Ultimate Performer, it's time for the fans to have their say with the fireworks going off. Man, there were fireworks for just nearly 7 hours of action here today, but we need to hear from you. Who is your BP Ultimate Performer? Supercars.com/Ultimate Performer. So many names to choose from. Payne, Reynolds, Golding, Murray, Cam Hill inside the top 5. Have your say and let us know. What a scene this is, the track invasion, the famous run up and down pit lane. There's been fans going absolutely crazy down here, caught up in the emotion of it. It's one of the latest finishes we've had to the great race as well past 6:30 p.m. And then there is our ultimate prize winner as well from Pertec, celebrating down there in Pertec Victory Lane. This is going to be an emotionally charged podium, so here is Mark Beretta.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the podium for race 27 of the Repco Supercars Championship at the Repco Bathurst 1000. Would you please congratulate in 3rd place, car number 31 for Premier Newlawn Racing, James Golding and David Russell. In 2nd place, in car number 20 for Tradie Racing, David Reynolds and Lee Holdsworth. Representing the winning team, would you please congratulate Brenton and Steve Grove from Penrite Racing. And the 2025 Repco Bathurst 1000 champions, car number 100 for Penrite Racing, Matt Payne and Garth Tander. making the presentation of the third place trophy, the Mayor of Bathurst. Please welcome Robert Taylor. Presenting the second place trophy, the Chief Executive Officer of Destination New South Wales. Please congratulate and welcome Karen Jones. Presenting the team's trophy, the Managing Director of NTI, Tony Clark. And making the presentation of the Peter Brock Trophy to our winning team from Repco, our major sponsor, Luke Hem. Ladies and gentlemen, your Repco Bathurst 1000 winners. Let the celebrations begin.
Here it comes. You know what comes next. And there it is, the celebrations begin. Car 100 as their sponsor Penrite celebrates their 100th anniversary. Typically car 19, but the change has brought them some luck here today. The 100 wins the 1000. And again, Garth Tander gets to celebrate on the top step here. It's the first for Matt Payne. It's the 6th for Garth Tander. And the celebrations begin. David Russell just so reliable. And again, even with a new home at Premier, a podium last year at Sandown, and then another one here today. So solid. And the celebrations begin once more. And it looks like we might get a shoey or two as well. The celebrations well and truly into overdrive up on the podium here today. Well, there go a couple of mementos out into the crowd. A couple of shoeys and a couple of collection items for the fans. What a moment for Stephen and Brenton Grove to celebrate this one. They drive together in endurance racing. They can celebrate this one on the podium. Mark, how's the vibe up there right now?
Time to hear from our third place team. Ladies and gentlemen, James Golding and David Russell. Gentlemen, congratulations. David, come on up. Wow, what a day for you, what an incredible day, and what a fantastic result in this race. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks very much. Massive shout out to all the Premier team. Those guys have, guys and girls I should say, have worked tirelessly over not just the endurance campaign, but throughout the year. I can't say enough about Jimmy Golding. Give him a shout out. What a mega effort to be P1 on the road to finish under those treacherous conditions. Mate, mega job.
Yeah, thank you. All I can say is I had to have a go. So thanks to all the boys and girls, Premier, Newland Racing, Isuzu Trucks, all our partners. It's really unreal. I just, wish we could have got the top step, but it wasn't meant to be. Thanks everyone for the support, really appreciate it. We'll go again next year and go better.
Congratulations, David and James. Let's bring up our second place drivers now, David Reynolds and Lee Holdsworth. Gentlemen, welcome back to the Bathurst Podium.
Thanks very much. Hey, that was a wicked race. What an absolute blinder. Congratulations to Garth and Maddie and the Grove boys. What an amazing race, and so proud of young Maddie here, who I drove with a few years ago. To James and David, it was a wicked battle. You guys put on a great show. But to my teammate here, how good is he? Davey Reynolds. Lethal Lee, yeah! Thank you to all our team and our sponsors, Tradie Energy, Camaro, Chevrolet. Yeah, we had an amazing weekend. We had such fun, a lot of fun, and it's very cool to do it with a good mate.
Yeah, thanks, Lee. First off, thanks to all my crew. They've done an amazing job all year, and I love you guys. Like, we just had the best fun this year. And if it didn't rain, if with 4 laps to go, I reckon I could have been one higher. I didn't want to say anything, but my car was on fire. So thanks so much to all the boys, worked so hard. Congratulations to the Groves, Matt and Garth, and everyone at Penrite Racing. You did an awesome job. Me and Lee come from that team, so we know how hard you guys work. So let's go party!
Congratulations, David and Lee. And now we bring up our winners. Would you please congratulate again Matt Payne and Garth Tander. Matt, congratulations. That finish to the race, those last few laps, absolutely incredible. You will never forget that.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like that whole last stint and the wet was, took a long time, but there was crazy chaos just going in the last 5 laps. It was really cool to battle with Jimmy and Cooper as well. But yeah, I saw Dave coming on the last lap, and I knew it was. I had you off. Yeah, he's learning. That was his words, not mine. But we managed to hang on for the last lap, and just can't thank everyone enough from the team. They've done an unbelievable job, and it's so awesome to get the win with Penrite's 100-year celebration this year. So it's so cool.
Wow, this must be something about tall Kiwis at Bathurst, but they seem to go okay in the wet. Matty, it was an amazing drive, so, mate, that was well beyond your years, so you should be really happy with that one. And all 4 of them, you know, got Jimmy Golding, Dave Reynolds, Cooper Murray as well, they're all going at it hard at the end there. So thanks very much to our team. We started 18th today and we fought all day. And to come away with the win, it's all those people down there from Penrite Racing. To Stephen and Tanya and Brenton Grove, who've put so much effort into this team and built it and built it and built it. This is just the beginning for this team. So congratulations, guys. I know it's been a hard slog, but you thoroughly deserve it. So congratulations. We announced an extension with Penrite as a naming rights partner into the future as they kicked off their 100th anniversary. Not a bad way to celebrate 100, so congratulations to Penrite, Toby and all the crew here from Penrite. Thanks for coming and enjoying this one with us. And to all our other major partners, Steadfast, Alspec, Groblocks, the Grove Group and Ford. We're going to have a good night tonight.
Special scenes indeed. Great to hear from the top 6, and wonderful sportsmanship as well from Lee Holdsworth and David Reynolds, who have both come from the race-winning team. They've both either shared a car or been teammate with Matt Payne as well. And nice words from Garth Tander. It's been a coming of age for not just Matt Payne, but for that team. And what a performance that was for the boys and girls in Braeside, down in Melbourne's southeastern suburbs. Fantastic picture. Podium number 6 for David Russell. He's 3rd here at Bathurst. Podium number 3 as well. I think that is for James Golding. He had 1 at Sandown and now 1 at Bathurst, so he's a pretty good endurance player too. As he said, he just had to have a go. He had to have a crack at trying to get to the top step here today, and who could blame him? It is the greatest prize. And wow, for Cooper Murray, the heartbreak here today, not only would that have been a Bathurst win, but it would have stamped his Colden ticket somehow from 22nd in the championship through to the Gold Coast. It's also good news for Kai Allen, because that was enough to promote Kai Allen into the 10 and get that last spot as well. Incredible. What a day at the mountain. It has been a huge day here at Mount Panorama. Incredible to think that that was the conditions that we started the race. It was just blue sky, a bit of a breeze, but the forecast was always for what was coming later in the race. One of the man of the match performances, Cooper Murray, who was on it from the very beginning in his Chico Camaro. And it was almost over right there for Garth Tander and for Matt Payne. I reckon Garth might have to go down and buy Craig Lowndes a beer for that one. The big moment started to turn. Lap 55 after a quiet start. Bang! Tony D'Alberto, car 17, out of action. First BP pole safety car of the day. Disappointment for Will Davison, and unfortunately that would be their day done. And then on the restart, Chaz Mostert's engine expires. And one of the great images of the great race for this year, over to the fans to to enjoy a cold one. The rain, it arrived, and then it never really dissipated. The action at the front was incredible. Waters going toe-to-toe with Kostecki. They came in for wets. Lap number 71, and one of the big movers in the race out of action. So many people had picked Waters and Winterbottom to go all the way today. It was really over in that moment, and we never saw them come back. Tough day for Brodie Kostecki into the back of Kai Allen. That was one of many moments for Brodie. It just wasn't to be his day here at Mount Panorama. Also not to be the day for Red Bull Ampol Racing. This was Brock Feeney into the fence. Not a good image to see that car stuck. That would bring out a safety car. Amazingly, this didn't bring out a safety car. That was Jackson Evans, unfortunately, the SCT entry out of action. Will Brown, hefty contact with the fence, taking both of the Red Bulls out of contention, but Feeney would fall back to 6th. Brown did finish in 17th today. Heavy rain towards the end of this one. Golding on cold tyres really struggled. So on the restart, Ryan Wood got through. Bam! There goes the Pizza Hut car. Macaulay Jones was on for a top 10 today. That took him out. The truck assist car goes off, and this was just before the safety car was called. Golding got back to the lead. Pete Shivers couldn't believe his luck. And then the heartbreak for car 2 as Ryan Wood and Jaden Ojeda go out of contention with engine drummers, taking both of the Walkinshaw Andretti United cars out of the show. This was the real tale at the end, just slipping and sliding numerous cars off into the fence. Richie Stanaway, one of the best in the wet, he was coming too through the field, but unfortunately out of this one late. Again, Golding goes wide. It opened up the door for Cooper Murray, and then this fight with Matt Payne. It went on for lap after lap, and it looked like it was going to come to a crescendo at this moment down Conrod. Payne had the sit, but then slipped up on the exit of the chase, couldn't quite get it stopped, went back to 3rd, looked like he was done, until Golding up the inside, turns the Chico car sideways. Great save, Murray, 5-second penalty at that moment, and Payne went through to the lead. It looked like surely Matt Payne had this one in the bag, but Golding out of nowhere fights back. With 2 laps to go, he gets to the lead of the race again with that penalty, which then somehow invited Reynolds into the fight on the last lap. He tried the impossible move around the outside of the cutting, couldn't pull it off. Golding first to the checkered flag, but takes the penalty. Payne gets the win on a dramatic day here at Mount Panorama. Payne and Tander, they're your champions for 2025.